A very good morning to you all from the heart of Lincoln, where you join me this morning for the University of Lincoln's Postgraduate Virtual Open Day. And it's an absolute honor and privilege to be with you here this morning. My name is Farhan Ahmed, and I am Dean of Postgraduate Education here at the University of Lincoln. And I've got the wonderful opportunity to speak to you all for 10-15 minutes this morning about what today will look like for you all. And more importantly, just to highlight some main considerable achievements of the university that we wanted to let you know about. As I said a few moments ago, I'm joining you today from the centre of our Brayford Pool campus here in Lincoln. And on a normal occasion, we would be very excited to welcome you all in person, but such are times that we are having to do this virtually. So I hope that you are all well and you are all keeping healthy at these difficult times for us all. Looking more positively and looking ahead, today is a great opportunity for you all to think about postgraduate study. And I'm so pleased that you have taken the time and effort to join us this morning. And I hope during the course of this morning's open day, you will be able to acquire information and gather knowledge on your respective programs, which will help you to make an informed decision going forward. In order for us to achieve that, I am going to be joined by a number of colleagues from a variant of departments from here in the university. You'll be getting information on postgraduate funding, for example, straight after I finish speaking to you. We'll then be moving to our careers and accommodation departments. And then we'll be beginning to focus much more on our respective subject sessions, which will begin at 11 o'clock with your respective academics. From there, you will then be welcomed back to hopefully be able to ask as many questions as you want with regards to the postgraduate application process. Accumulatively, that will give you hopefully all of the knowledge that you need to hopefully join us in the very near future on a postgraduate degree here at the University of Lincoln. Just before I move on, there are a few things I wanted to share with you all, because there is so much that goes on at the university and so many achievements that we want to tell you about. And I think the first thing that I want to start off with is by saying fantastic news that you are considering a postgraduate qualification. This is a great thing to do, because by considering a postgraduate qualification, you might be in a stage of your life where you want to maybe consider a career change. You might be looking to enhance your employability in terms of your salary, for example, or you might be thinking of doing something completely different and starting your own business, for example. Whether you're a continuing undergraduate student or whether you're a postgraduate student coming back into education from a break, whether that be for caring responsibilities or for work commitments, the key thing is that we are so great at welcoming you back that we wanted to share all of the support that you would get and all of the advice and guidance that you would get with regards to your programs. Now, the first thing I want to start off with, and something that we are exceptionally proud of, is the University of Lincoln is currently the Times and the Sunday Times Modern University of the Year. Now, this is a considerable achievement because it is the highest ranking multi-faculty university in the league tables at the moment. And this has been recognized by this considerable award that we have been given. We are exceptionally proud of what we've achieved. And why are we proud of that? Because it indicates that we were putting the student experience above everything, and that when you join us, whether it be for any level of study, you are put at the center of everything we do. By virtue of having this Modern University of the Year award, we are able to further enhance everything we do, whether that be from a research perspective, a teaching and learning perspective, or a pastoral care perspective. And hopefully, when you join us as part of your studies, you will see the incredible efforts that all of our teams go to make sure that you are supported, guided, and advised in the best possible way that you can be. The second thing that I wanted to highlight, and this is particularly aimed at our postgraduate community, is we run what we call a Horizons pathway. This is a new co-curricular module that we offer in conjunction with our Careers and Employability team, from whom you will hear information about this in a few moments' time. And this is a module designed specifically for our postgraduate students and provides them with the necessary skills, whether they be core academic or transferable skills, in addition to employability skills that they will need in order to operate in the 21st century and a post-COVID world. We have already launched this fantastic program with our current postgraduate intake, and we are having some fantastic feedback as to how they feel much more equipped about going into the big wide world and acquiring the careers and the opportunities that they want. Hopefully, when you will join us as part of your postgraduate programs, we would actively encourage all of our postgraduate students to take part in the Horizons pathway, as it is designed to make you far more employable, but to give you the necessary skills and knowledge that you will need in the employability market, all being well. Thirdly, I want to talk about our beautiful campus, and you can see a small glimmer of that behind me over my shoulder. As you can see behind me, it's our newest building to our collection, which is our Lincoln Medical School, which we're exceptionally proud of. But when you come to the University of Lincoln, we are based in the beautiful city of Lincoln, which is probably most known for its wonderful cathedral at the top of Steep Hill in the Belgate area. But what we are so proud of is our city centre campus. And as a postgraduate student, you will be immersed within our campus. And the key things to remember is that this is an exceptionally student-friendly city. You are able to move around not only the city, but also the campus absolutely without any problems whatsoever. Things are very nicely linked, and you will notice that there is a real sense of community on the campus, as many of our undergraduate and postgraduate students live in harmony on campus together, but also interact in one of our many facilities that are available on campus, whether that be the Students' Union, whether it be the many cafes, or whether it be the various academic buildings that we have dotted around our campus. The key thing to remember, and I love to say this at open days, is wherever you're from, when you come to the University of Lincoln, you are home, because we have a real sense of student community at the postgraduate as well as undergraduate levels. And it is something that the students have commented upon so positively throughout their experiences with us. The final few things that I just want to highlight, moving on, is shortly, I'll be handing over to my many colleagues who have expert knowledge within their areas within the university. Whether that be the funding side of things, the careers, the accommodation, I would ask for you guys to make sure that you take note of everything they say. These are very experienced professionals who will be able to give you the guidance and the information you require. And by virtue of the fact that we are online today, you will notice that much of the information and the demonstrations they give you is live. So you are able to essentially see what accommodation looks like and how our careers teams function on campus, for example, as well. So take note of these presentations that you are likely to see today, because the information and the experiences that you are likely to have on campus and with us as part of your postgraduate degree are all linked together, hence why we wish to talk about them today. Between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. today, that's where we will hand you over to your respective subject experts. So whatever your discipline, whatever degree you are interested in, that is where you will get your opportunity to engage with an academic from your subject area. And again, all I would recommend to you all is use this opportunity to the best of your abilities. Ask as many questions as you have about your degree program, because the academics are the best individuals who will be able to give you the information you require. And speaking from experience, we love talking to our postgraduate students because we really feel a sense of connection with you, and we look forward to working with you much more on a colleague by colleague basis rather than a student basis. And then finally, we look to cap off today's virtual open day by bringing you all back together to talk about the application process, but also, once again, giving you the opportunity to ask as many questions as you like. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure to welcome you to our beautiful campus and to our wonderful university that we are so proud of. I hope you enjoy today's various talks, and more importantly, I hope you are inspired to undertake postgraduate study here at the University of Lincoln, because we are very much looking forward to receiving your application and then for you to join us as part of our postgraduate community in due course. I personally look forward to seeing you all on campus, but in the meantime, the best of luck wherever you are in the world and whatever you are doing, whether that be study or work, and I wish you the very best of health. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care and have a wonderful day at the Virtual Postgraduate Open Day.
Hello, my name's Catherine and I'm from the Advice Service here at the University of Lincoln. In this presentation, I'm going to give you an overview of postgraduate funding available from Student Finance England, as well as some information about other funding packages for particular courses. There are two different types of postgraduate loan available from Student Finance England. And if you're coming to university in this academic year, in 2021-2022, starting in October, then there's a master's loan that's available of £11,570 and a doctoral loan of £27,265. They are non-means tested, which means provided you meet the eligibility criteria, then you can get them. But if you get funding from other sources, such as the NHS, then these loans are not available. You get your funding from a different department or different funder. So let's start with the eligibility. So student finance, to get it, you must be a UK national or have been settled in the UK and be ordinarily resident in England on the first day of the first academic year of your course. You must have been ordinarily resident in the UK for 3 years before the first day of the first academic year of your course, and this is always deemed to be the 1st of September if you start your course in October. The course itself must be a standalone taught research program. It can't be a postgraduate certificate or a diploma. You must be undertaking the whole course, so you can't appel any credits. A course which has master's elements but leads to something else will not enable you to get the master's loan, and that can be relevant if you're thinking of doing a master's intending to progress onto a PhD. So just ask us questions before you make any final decisions in that situation. Some postgraduate courses attract other funding from the allied health courses or from the NHS, such as social work. So you're not eligible for these programs, but there's another funding package that you can possibly access. Now, if you're doing social work and you don't get one of the NHS bursaries, then you are eligible for this, but it's important to remember that figure is for the whole of the course. So if your master's programme is over 2 years, then you will only get 50% of that in each year. And if you can study part-time, and the loan is divided over the number of years you're studying, and again, you must be studying 50% intensity, and it will be divided over the number of years you're actually studying. You must be under the age of 60 on the first day of the first year of your course. There's no lower age limit. If you already hold a master's level degree, then you will not be eligible for master's funding. You must make your application before the deadline. Now, the deadline is actually 9 months after you've started your course. So there's absolutely plenty of time, and most students want to get this application done as soon as possible. But there is a deadline, and so it's really important that you don't miss that. Now, if something goes wrong, which can happen to anybody with all the best plans in the world, then there is something called compelling personal reasons. You can only do it once, and if you do have any problems while you're studying, then we're here to help. should you have any concerns. Applications are mostly made online through the website, and they're usually opening around now in the summertime. The application process is much, much quicker than the undergraduate process because there's no means testing. All they're doing is checking you meet the eligibility criteria. So if you are eligible, you'll be able to get an award. And there are paper forms should you need one. Now, it's important to remember that this loan is paid directly to you, the student. The loan is only released once the university has confirmed that you've enrolled, and it's going to be paid in instalments, roughly speaking, at the beginning of each term, provided you continue on the course. And the only time this should stop is if you interrupt or withdraw your studies. The postgraduate loan is repaid concurrently with the undergraduate loan. So if you have an undergraduate loan, then you may be paying them both off. The repayments work in exactly the same way as the undergraduate loans. It's just that the thresholds and interest rates are a little different. For postgraduate loans, the interest rate is applied at retail price index plus 3%, and there's no variables, and it starts to accrue from the moment you take the loan out. The loan will be written off after 30 years if you've got any outstanding loan left. And when it comes to paying it back, the thresholds are different. For a postgraduate loan, you pay 6% of everything you earn above £21,000. So if you're earning £22,000, you're going to pay £60 that year because that's 6% of £1,000, which works out at £5 a month. The more you earn, the more you're going to repay. So the loans are paid directly to you, and it's your responsibility to make sure that your tuition fees are paid. When you enroll at the University of Lincoln, you will either pay your fees up front or you'll set up a payment plan, and to ensure that those fees are paid in a timely manner. And you can get full details of how the payment plans are and what options are available on the university website. Top things to consider. The loan is intended as a contribution towards the costs of the study, and it is unlikely that the postgraduate loan itself will be enough to cover all your tuition fees and living costs. You need to work out how much are your tuition fees, what are your living costs going to be. Think about rent, food, travel, books, materials, all of those things. Where's the money coming from? Are you intending to work part-time? Have you got savings? Before you enroll, make sure you've made adequate provision. Remember, there's no other government funding for most postgraduate students. You can only get this loan once, so planning is really important. Make sure the time is right for you. Remember, if you intend to study full-time, you're expected to be committing the same amount of time to your studies as you would be if you were working full-time. And it's a fixed figure for the whole of the course, regardless of the length of it. Now, having said all of that, if the timing's right and you've done all your research, this is a fantastic opportunity to invest in yourself. A little note about doctoral loans. So the doctoral loans are very similar to the master's loans. There's a maximum amount of money, and it's for the entire course, divided over the number of years that your PhD might be studied, 3, 4, 5 years, etc. If you get funding from other sources, it's not available. And another cautionary note, if you're doing a master's in research and you hope to appel some of those credits into your PhD, that might make you ineligible for this loan. You must be completing the whole PhD. So let's have a look at some of the other funding packages. I'm going to start with social work. If you're looking to do social work, then there are social work bursaries available from the NHS. Each university is allocated a set number of bursaries. So not always every student who does social work is able to get one of these. It's not a loan, so the key's in the title. It doesn't say loan, it's a bursary, so you don't have to pay this back. It has similar eligibility criteria to the master's loan. You need to make an application each and every year of your course. And again, there are residency requirements, and you usually need to be resident in England if you're coming to do your social work degree at an English university. The bursary includes a contribution towards the cost of the tuition fee. There are two elements of the bursary, a means-tested element and a non-means-tested element. Because there's a means-tested element, the application takes a little longer because they have to do all of those calculations. The social work bursary also includes support for dependents. Now, part of the bursary is for placement costs, and this is available for students who do not get the full social work bursary. If you have a disability, a mental health condition, a long-term health condition, or a learning difference such as dyslexia, then you can get disabled students allowance if you're getting a social work bursary, and you can also get disabled students allowance if you're studying and get a master's loan or a doctoral loan. So let's have a look at some of our other courses that we run at master's level, and these courses have a different funding package. If you're looking at doing a master's program in one of the allied health courses, such as nursing or occupational therapy, then the funding package is an undergraduate funding package. And I am more than happy to provide anyone who's interested in this in information about this funding. And if you send us an email, an advisor will respond to you. But I'll give you a bit of an overview. There is a non-means tested tuition fee available for students on these courses. If you're eligible, you'll get your tuition fee paid directly to the university. There's a maintenance loan, and some of that's means tested, and again, some of it isn't means tested. So if you're eligible, there's two parts to that, which means the calculations need to be made. In addition, you can get support for dependents, and we're happy to look at that for individuals should you have any questions. And again, you can get disabled students allowance. As I said, my name's Catherine. I'm from the Advice Service here at the University of Lincoln, and we provide advice on a whole range of issues, which includes student finance and welfare benefits and all areas of money and debt and housing. We have specialist advisors who can help you during your studies, but we're also here to help you make sure you get your plans in place before you enroll. Make sure you understand how the student finance interacts with welfare benefits and work, and how you can do your budgeting to make sure you've done all your planning. We're here to help. You're welcome to email us on the email address on the slide, but we also have colleagues available in the Slido chat throughout the event. So thank you very much for listening, and I'm going to pass you over to Helen from the Careers Service. Thank you.
Hello everyone, so I'm Helen. Thanks Catherine. I'm from the Careers and Employability team, so I'm a Senior Careers and Employability Advisor. So today I'm going to be talking to you about the Careers and Employability Service. So just give me one moment and I will share my slide with you. Okay, so the Careers and Employability Service is based on the ground floor of the library, and we've got all available services available on demand at the moment as well. So within Careers and Employability, we cover these three main areas. So this is relevant to all stages of career planning. So it includes exploring your career, sessions such as skills analysis, helping you learn your strengths and how that relates to your career, through to developing it. So building your skills, building your work experience, and then right through to that application process as well. Now, this exists throughout your whole time at university on your postgraduate course, but it does also provide support for up to 2 years after university as well. So this whole career planning cycle is both relevant to you as a student and as a graduate. We cover this through a range of different services, through specialist advisors and various different members of the team who can provide support. And we also work readily with employers to make sure all of our information is employer-led and industry-led advice. So this includes things like group advice sessions. So these take place Monday to Friday and cover a range of different topics, from interview preparation, skills building, work experience, applying to graduate schemes, and a lot more. We also offer a regular careers clinic, which is a drop-in service, which is available through our qualified skills advisors who can help you with quick queries related to the whole application process. And again, this runs from Monday to Friday, so it's available at the point of need. So if you've got a job application that needs to be in tomorrow, then you're able to get that support at that right time for you. We also offer careers guidance, so if you're unsure about what you want to do after university, or if you're experiencing any complex barriers to your career direction, you can come and talk to a careers employability advisor who will be able to offer impartial careers guidance through one-to-one appointments. And again, these are available from Monday to Friday. We also have campus jobs within the Careers and Employability Service. So this is the University of Lincoln Student Employment Agency. So if you're interested in doing paid work on campus whilst you're a student, then we help facilitate that. So for example, you might be involved in things like open days. We've got a range of catering facilities on campus. So there's lots of different jobs actually on campus for students to be able to do to get some extra money to fund your postgraduate study. We also have Career Link, so this is an online portal where you can book events, view vacancies, part-time placements, internships and graduate roles. So we advertise hundreds and hundreds of opportunities from local, national and international employers who are interested in Lincoln students and graduates. We also have a range of different careers information tools and resources. So these are available both in the centre, which is on the ground floor of the library, but are also available on demand as well. So we've got a range of pre-recorded sessions, CV tools so that you can build your CV, interview simulators online, a range of specialist services that you can access completely free of service. We also have a dedicated support for international students. So this includes targeted workshops for overseas students and one-to-one appointments. So if you are an international student and you're wondering about the support available to you, we do have that bespoke support and we work closely with student services. We also have a range of resources for going global. So if you are interested in working globally after university, then we're there to give you the range of international labour market specific information so that you're clued up on what are the various different job opportunities in those countries, where to look, how to look, all of that information is readily available. We run regular events as a Careers and Employability team. So these can be seen on our website, uwellcareers.co.uk, and the events tab. We run events every single weekday. So these range from things like careers and employability workshops, such as interviews, skills builders, graduate jobs and schemes, lots of employer events. So we work, as I said earlier, with national, local and international employers. And in particular, we have a scheme which is called How To, which is focused on the top 300 graduate employers. We also support you to attend external events. So this might mean putting on coach trips to be able to attend industry-specific conferences, and we'll let you know about various different conferences available to you to support your career planning. We run a range of different things for global skills so that you can ensure that you are able to compete in a global labour market. Our Find Your Feet Careers Fair is our annual Find Your Feet Careers Fair, which includes a range of different employers over 70 who are all interested in Lincoln students and graduates. We also have a range of programmes which are relevant to equality and diversity. In particular, our Breaking Barriers programme is designed to celebrate diversity and introduce you to diversity-specific employers with a range of different advice from how to talk about reasonable adjustments to a range of different schemes and mentoring opportunities available to underrepresented students. So this is just an example of some of the employers that we work with on campus. So every single one of these employers on the screen now, so BBC, Spotify, Teach First, Santander, have been involved in various different activities with us as a career service this year. This is only a small snapshot into the types of employers we work with. So a lot of these are built from our relationships with graduates and alumni. So a lot of them go on to work for top graduate employers and then come back to the university to share their knowledge with students. So being part of a postgraduate course, you'll be part of this alumni community and you're able to connect to various different people within industry. And we can help you to reach out to them and get mentoring through our Lincoln Connect scheme. So this leads me on nicely to Lincoln Connect. So as a university, we have over 90,000 strong alumni community-wide, and we have notable filmmakers, members of parliament, award-winning designers, illustrators, engineers, and more. So around 96% of the university's most recent graduates were in work or further study, and you can connect to our successful graduates through our Lincoln Connect mentoring platform. So as a student, you can join onto Lincoln Connect, you can search various different sectors and industries, and you can find an alumni or employer mentor who's able to support you in entry to that particular industry. As a career service, we've also designed a suite of resources bespoke to postgraduate students. So this is called our Horizons Postgraduate Employability Programme. So Horizons, as I mentioned, was created bespoke to postgraduate students, and it was created to respond to the growing needs of the changing landscape for 21st century employability skills. So when registered as a postgraduate student, you'll get access to a whole suite of online, on-demand resources, as well as hear about live events that we run across campus bespoke to postgraduate employability. So this includes a range of sessions about exploring the key skills you're developing from postgraduate study, self-awareness, so you can understand the skills and strengths you're developing from your course, personal impact, developing professional knowledge and networks, so linking to industry professionals and how you can make the most of mentoring opportunities, and then those starting steps to help you succeed within the graduate labour market so that you can confidently articulate the skills you've developed from your postgraduate course and put those into a successful application. Alongside this, we also have various different employability awards that you can do at university. So the main one is our Lincoln Award, which is an employability framework to help you develop and learn how to demonstrate your employability skills. So if you've studied an undergraduate with us, you may have already seen the Lincoln Award, but you still have that opportunity to do the Lincoln Award as a postgraduate student. We also have specialist versions of the Lincoln Award, such as the Lincoln Award Global, which is a really great opportunity, again, to develop your global skills to make sure you're competing in an international market. We partner a lot with the Student Enterprise Service. So if you are thinking about going into self-employment or starting your own business after university, then the university's on-campus Business Incubation Centre, Sparkhouse, has helped hundreds of graduates start over the years. So it does provide access to business support, funding advice, training, events, one-to-one support, and more. So it really does help you take any initial business idea, concept into a reality to help that grow further. So in summary, the Careers and Employability Service are here and ready to help you. Our services include workshops, appointments, drop-ins such as the clinic, skills appointments, a whole range of information and on-demand tools, the Lincoln Award to help you with a framework to keep track of your employability and reach that success, campus jobs for jobs whilst you're at university, particularly on campus, and Career Link, which gives you access to hundreds of vacancy listings relevant to you. So you can see a lot more information on uolcareers.co.uk/the student tab. You can also have a look at the event tab, which gives you an insight into the kinds of events we run on a regular basis. And for any other questions, please just email careers@lincoln.ac.uk. So thank you very much for listening, and I will hand over to the next speaker now.
Hi, I'm Vicky from Accommodation, and today I'm going to give you a tour of St Mark's, which is the accommodation that you'll be staying in if you apply for accommodation with the St Mark's bursary. I'm going to go through the other accommodation options you have that are available, and any other questions and common things, and also how to apply for accommodation. So I'm not going to keep you waiting. So behind me, you can see this is the living room of the St Mark's accommodation. So you've got the large social space with your sofas. This is a 12-bedroom apartment, so you'd be sharing with 12 other postgraduate So yeah, a great place to socialise. And then from here, you can get some great views of the campus and of Lincoln. So just across the road, you can see the medical school, hopefully, and just how close everything is. And then just on the left, next to the Holiday Inn, we've got the Gateway, which is another accommodation that postgraduate students can stay in with the option of ensuite or studio rooms. And yeah, you get some great views of the accommodation that we have available. And then next to this large sofa, you've got a large table in which you could sit and play board games, study, eat all your dinners together as a flat, or if you wanted to keep with the lifestyle of undergraduate study, maybe have a few parties, beer pong, whatever is your preference. And then next to that, we are coming into a large kitchen. So like I said, this is a 12-bedroom apartment. So you have plenty of appliances and work counter space for everything that you need. So you get 2 microwaves, 3 fridge freezers, you've got 3 ovens dotted around, as well as 3 sinks. So as well, you get the outside space, you get laundry facilities with all of the accommodation. So even if you did not pick St Mark's, you would get laundry facilities with that as well. And then we'll go around and show you the bedroom. So this is an example of what St Mark's bedrooms look like. So they're quite large. You get a 3/4 bed with space above the bed and below the bed. So plenty of space for suitcases, items. If you have research equipment that you need to store in your room, you could potentially store that under there. And then you've got a large desk, so plenty of space for everything that you would need for your studies. You've also got 3 drawers, again, for either clothing or whatever you decide to use them for. And then you also get some overhead storage, which would be great for textbooks or essential items that you need with you. And then you get the double wardrobe with overhead storage. And then all of our accommodation has ensuite facilities. So this is an example of an ensuite room with the toilet, the sink, and the shower. So this is just an example of what on-campus accommodation looks like. Obviously, there is alternatives. There's private halls, housing. The University of Lincoln itself, accommodation, does not deal with applications for those, but you can get in contact with the student union or have a look on Google, and someone will always be able to help advise you on what is best for you. But we'll go back into the living area and then we'll answer some common questions that you might have. So how do you apply for accommodation? So applications are currently open and you can apply on our website. So as long as you make an application, that is all okay. As long as it is before your intended start date, we will provide you accommodation if that is what you would like from us. So when you apply for accommodation, you can pick up to 4 choices. So postgraduate students can stay in here, St Mark's, they can stay at the Gateway, and they can stay Lincoln Courts. And there's another one, which I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but all the information is on the website. So one of the bonuses at the moment that the University of Lincoln is doing for postgraduates is the St Mark's bursary. And this is an amazing opportunity due to the loan only being about £10,000. It gives a discounted half-price accommodation on St Mark's. So instead of it being the full, just over £7,000, if you apply for accommodation with the University of Lincoln, you can get a full year's accommodation, 51 weeks, with the university for just over £3,500, which takes a massive pressure off postgraduate students if you did want to stay in Lincoln, close to campus, with everything accessible to you. So definitely something worth considering, because I personally think it is a great opportunity that the university is providing for postgraduate students. So you don't need to apply for this bursary. This bursary is automatically applied as long as you meet the eligibility criteria. So as long as you are a home postgraduate taught student, then you are eligible. And as long as it is your first master's application and the one that you're attending, then you are eligible. And don't panic if you've already applied for this and your balance is showing at £7,000. You need to apply for the bursary before the 6th of August for it to apply. If you apply after that, the bursary will not be eligible. So in line with the university's pledge, if they're going to plant a tree for every new postgraduate application today, get your applications in, and also pop your application in for accommodation, because I would hate for someone to miss out on this opportunity to get half price rent, because it is such a stretch with a full-time course, potentially not being able to have a job. So it's definitely recommended if this is what you are considering in the future. But no, Lincoln is a great place to come to study, a great place to live. There's plenty of opportunities throughout the city. So if St Mark's isn't for you, there's always alternatives. Like I said, we have the Gateway, which has studio rooms and ensuite rooms. So everything, there's Lincoln Courts, there's all sorts. So just have a look on the website, what the university has to offer. Think about what's best for you, make your decision from there. And yeah, so common questions we have: will I be allocated with other postgraduate students? Yes, you will. We won't put you with partying freshers or anything like that. You'll be allocated with people who are also having the bursary or other postgraduate students. And we even have a special block. It is called International House on the website at the moment, and that is where we are allocating all of our postgraduate students. So it will be a block of everyone in the same situation, and yeah, it's a great opportunity for everyone. So you can apply for people that you maybe studied with at Lincoln or other universities. Once you put your application in, if you know someone else who's also staying there, you can request to stay with them as well. We can't 100% guarantee it, as it is due to availability and other factors, but we do try to allocate you with your friends if possible, and we have the availability to do so. And then, yeah, so that is everything from accommodation at the moment. So I am going to pass back to Farhan, but if you've got any questions, please do give us a call, email us, whatever the questions are, we will be able to help you and advise what is the best for you. And keep popping them in the chat, guys, because my colleague Tiffany is answering as many questions as she can about specifics and stuff like that. All of the appliances that you've seen on the tour today are included. There's your dustpan and brush, mop, hoover, all of that is also included. And yeah, it is also, the bursary also does apply for those that start in September and in January. But if you need any clarifications about your eligibility, either email us at Accommodation or email the bursary inquiries team. There is a webpage on the University of Lincoln's website under scholarships, so you'll be able to find all the information that you need there. But yeah, I'm going to pass. That's it from me, and have a good day, guys.
Thank you, Vicky. Very informative indeed. At this point, I just want to say thank you so much to Catherine, Helen, and Vicky for the incredible information that they provided this morning. Remember, you're not just picking your accommodation or your program today, or your actual funding mechanism. You're picking a lifestyle, and that's the most important thing. You're picking everything that will effectively come together to ensure that you are able to achieve in your postgraduate degree. So everything we are giving you advice and guidance on today all comes together in order to create the best possible life for you guys as a postgraduate student. On that note, I also wanted to raise an incredible opportunity that you all have today to be part of something which will make a real change to the world, because at all of our postgraduate events between now and the start of the academic year, we are making a real change to society and the world. And how are we doing that? Well, we are, and Vicky alluded to this ever so slightly in her comments a little bit earlier, we are beginning what we call to implement an environmental scholarship and our tree planting pledge. And this is an incredible initiative by the university, which we're so proud of, where as a university, we are doing everything we can to make or to make as many people as possible aware of the current climate emergency, and to try our very best to make a positive impact on this global challenge. And the best way we see in doing that, amongst many of the initiatives, is one particular way which we want to highlight today, and that is for every application that we receive at a postgraduate event, whether that be virtual or face-to-face, we will pledge one tree to be planted at our wonderful Rise Home campus for each and every application. Now, this is incredible because, as you can imagine, this will have such a positive impact on society. It will leave a lasting legacy in the communities as well. And we're so proud to be part of this. So if you're thinking of applying, do so today, because as a result of that, you will ultimately be making a real substantial change to society as well, because we will pledge to plant a tree at our Rise Home campus. And all being well, once you do that, you will hopefully then join us for our postgraduate programs, and then you can go up to Rise Home and have a look at your tree as well, all being well. So it's a fantastic initiative, and we are so proud to be doing this, and we would ask you to be part of this initiative going forward. In addition to that, we would also like to advise you that we are doing everything we can to assist you financially as well. And as a result of this, we have something called the Environmental Scholarship that we have linked to the postgraduate application process. So if you apply, we would also ask you to complete an environmental scholarship form as well, which would allow you the potential of getting £3,000 of support to your postgraduate studies. Once again, this is a mechanism to hopefully make your life as a postgraduate student a lot easier and less worry-free. So we would actively promote this, and we would ask all potential postgraduate students to think about applying for this environmental scholarship, because it really is designed to enhance your experience and to make your overall financial situation a lot more suitable. So those are two things that I wanted to highlight whilst we have finished our initial introductions into our various support and pastoral care departments. What I want to do now is direct you to perhaps probably one of the most important elements of today's Virtual Open Day, and that is your respective subject talks. And as a result, your opportunity to speak with an academic from your respective subject area. So we will give you a few moments to gather your thoughts, and at 11 o'clock today, so in about 10 minutes time, we would ask you to navigate yourself through the Virtual Open Day page on the university website to your respective subject area, whatever that may be. And waiting for you there at 11 o'clock will be a subject expert from your area. And as I mentioned at the start of today's proceedings, please use this opportunity to ensure you ask as many questions and you get all of your queries answered with regards to your program of study that you're interested in. This is your opportunity to liaise with your academics and to get as many answers as you wish to any questions that you have. Personally, every time I've done these events, that is the best part of the day, getting to interact with you, getting to speak to you, talking through why you think this program is good for you and what your interests are and how you want to use this postgraduate qualification as a springboard to the next chapter of your lives. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I will give you a few moments to gather your thoughts and to navigate yourselves to the 11 o'clock start time for your respective subject talks. Thank you again for joining me and my colleagues, Catherine, Helen, and Vicky this morning. We really do hope you've enjoyed the information that you've been given and you've got a small insight into what it will be like to study as a postgraduate student at the University of Lincoln. Thank you again for your time, and I hope you enjoy your respective subject sessions at 11 o'clock today. Take care. Speak to you soon.